Hello everyone and welcome. And this will be your general weekly reading for the sign of Virgo for the week of February 13th through the 19th of 2023. And I would also like to take this opportunity to thank everyone of those who have subscribed to my channel, as well as give it a thumbs up and left comments. Thank you very much for doing that. It is greatly appreciated. And the Queen of Cups. Well, there you go. Starting off on a good note. You know, you have something in your mind. For somebody, this could be a new romance coming in. You're feeling more physical in your own power this week as well. You know, you're developing lasting friendships in family as well as friends. And the Eight of Swords. So some sort of betrayal. It's okay. It happens. It's not pleasant to just have to stand there and think about where you're at and which way you want to go. And you're feeling held back. You're not appreciated. You know, you're accepting your fears this week, but you know what you got to do to go forward. So you're ahead of the game there, although I don't think you really realize that you are, but you're realizing that you're taking steps to better yourself for this. And the Six of Rods. So you're making sure that, you know, you're getting acknowledged for the work that you do and the things that you know, bring into, you know, whether this is your personal life or your job. You want people to recognize all that you bring to the table. And they do. It's whether they acknowledge you or not. That's the hurtful thing sometimes. But you're going to make sure that you get an acknowledgement for what you've done. And new beginnings. So there you go. Beautiful. You know. The Ace of Wands. So new opportunities are knocking. You know, and some of you, this is, you know, something that really speaks to your heart. This could be a new career. You're feeling more creative. Projects are starting to form. They're starting to go in the right direction. You're getting noticed for different areas of your life. You know, things are starting to line up. You know, when you really feel the labor that you're putting into something that you really like to do or love it in some cases, it gives back tenfold. And I think that's where you're at this week. You're counting your blessings. You're realizing where you're at and what makes you actually feel good on the inside. And the Two of Swords. So you're making a decision, or will need to make a decision for yourself in the future. Because right now you're just sitting there. You're not really trying to do anything in haste. You know, it's an inability or refusal to make a choice for yourself. And we know that you're more than quite capable of making a decision for yourself. You're just making sure that when you make that decision, it's the right decision for yourself. You know, in the meantime, you're just taking one step at a time. You're being a little bit more easy on yourself until you figure out which way you want to go. And I think you've already made up your mind. So you'll take the blindfolds off this week and come to the realization of what's going to make you that Four of Rods solid foundation going forward, feeling happy, content, seeing all that you've, you know, putting out there is, you know, your accomplishments are being rewarded. You're rewarding yourself because you know you're doing a good job. You know, people are starting to also reward you for what you've brought to the table as well. And it's starting to go and grow in the right direction. So that's wonderful to see for yourself. You've been at this for a while. And the Hermit. So there you go. You're in your own reading. You know, you're taking that step back, well-deserved rest. And you have the light. Like you know the lights are on. And yes, there's somebody home. And, you know, you have the rod in your hand. You're quite stable. You're just slowing your pace down a little bit. You're becoming more optimistic at what it is that that goal that you want to have come into your life. You're starting to grow a little more patience with it. And the World card. So there you go. You finish something in your life, that sort of decision. You're realizing that you're on the right path. You're just pacing yourself. You know, there's many areas in your life that you're totally starting over with. These can be in relationships. These can be in jobs, even family, and sometimes, you know, maybe you've had a falling out and you know, you're all coming back again around together again, that sort of thing. But you're also maybe thinking of taking a trip somewhere in the near future. So you're, you know, looking at plans for that. You're acknowledging that, you know, you want things to go in the right direction and you're moving along. You're happy. Things are actually starting to turn in your direction. You can see a light at the end of the tunnel, and you're realizing that it's picking up pace as well. You're feeling more confident in yourself, and the results are coming in. So that's beautiful. And the Four of Pentacles, so you're hanging on. You know, you're trying not to overspend or overuse any of fundage that you already have. You're trying to, you know, watch your P's and Q's and count your pennies. You know, you're almost, you know, your bank accounts are starting to grow and that, and you're realizing that, yes, I want to try that, but do I really want to spend that money? And you will. You will come to the realization that there is more than enough, and there will be more to come. So you will loosen the purse strings and set yourself more free. And the Nine of Swords. So you're all up in your head. You're spending a lot of time this week over analyzing something, you know, and it's costing you sleep. And that's not good. You need to, you know, if this is a decision that you're making, whether you're verbally saying it to somebody or it's just up in your head and you're thinking about it a lot, you need to make that decision and set yourself free. Now, if this is in the job place, maybe you've said something or somebody said you said something and, you know, you're all up in your head about that. Do I say something? Do I own it? Do I let it go? Let it go. So that you can come to terms with where you're at and set yourself free so that you get better rest, better sleep, better health, and the Tower card. So there you are. Definitely making that decision this week. You know, whether you step into that position or not, of actually physically doing it, but you're making that decision. You're realizing that the structure you thought was so sound and doing really well for yourself and just going along is definitely not where you want to be. This is your wake-up call. You're going to see the light for all it's worth. This can be in your finances, your friendships, the job where you're at, and you're just going to be okay with it. You know, this is your wake-up call. You're going to clear house. You're going to get your, you know, your ducks in a row for yourself. You're definitely coming to a realization that this is what I got to do. This is how I'm going to go about it. And off you go. And the King of Cups. So most definitely, you're motivated to resolving a problem in your life. You know, whether this is in a relationship or a job, like I said, something that's been nagging at you for probably quite some time. You know, you're checking your words, you're renewing your efforts, you're trying to better yourself going forward. You just want to be left alone. You just want to do your thing. You just want to, you know, have to always being on guard, that sort of thing. You're just trusting in yourself, your intuitions. You can tell when something's not right. And this is the week that you're going to not only get that wake-up call, it's going to be the call that you know that you've been, you know, ignoring for a long time. And the Devil. So you're going to realize, you know, what's the worst? It's already being done to me. Now I'm, being careful all the time. I'm always walking on eggshells. I know what's holding me back. Am I ever going to get any farther going forward? That sort of realizations in your life. And you're willing now to set yourself free. Stand your ground. Defend yourself if need be. You're avoiding people that have no worth to you. And you're setting up boundaries of where they can, say and not do things. So that's very good. Good for you. All right, I'm going to shuffle and deal you an Angel Oracle card. But you're making some pretty big decisions. You've come to some realizations in your life. Things are starting over. You've finished the cross world, the world card. You're definitely moving on to better shores. All right. You have a special bond with animals. Your pets on earth and in heaven are watched over by angels. Aw, it's beautiful. All right, on that note, I will say goodbye for now, and I will talk to you again next week. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy, and bye for now.